Go.
Come on, get it together, dude.
I know I'm trying. Oh,
damn,
Ritter, welcome.
You want to do the intro for us?
I've never had any shit like this.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the 23 Moto podcast.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome. I am your host, Michael Corley.
This is sick right now. We need some fucking lights going on.
I know, some party lights.
This is crazy.
I am joined by my co-host and my brother, Robbie.
Hey.
And we have some updates on Robbie.
Oh, we do.
And then
we
our
do.
special guest, our special guest, Ryan Ritter.
Hey,
in studio. Why are you hitting the table, bro? You're making like loud noise.
I'm excited for this.
I am excited too, but I don't have to hit the freaking table.
I've never got to meet him in person.
I know, it's a pretty cool
I
thing.
just see him on everybody's Instagram.
Yeah, you are on a lot of people's Instagrams.
Or their YouTube.
That is actually true too. Anyways, you guys, welcome in.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Ritter, thank you for coming in. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of cool that you hit me up on the response to the questions, like, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, let's go.
I haven't done a podcast in so long, and this is sick because all I have to do is like roll up, sit down and talk and leave. This is like factory for me.
So it is.
We are
you know what?
a factory podcast.
It is kind of similar because the first podcast I was ever on was yours.
It was sick, right?
Yeah.
Just rolling up, walking in, just sitting down, talking and leaving and not having to do anything.
Yep, didn't have to do anything. I do have water.
true.
I totally forgot to offer you water. I apologize.
Dude, all good. I brought in a Red Bull. No
free
sponsor-
shout outs.
Yeah,
no free shout outs.
No sponsorship whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're competing right now.
You're rocking that hard.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you better be sending them invoices.
No,
Yeah.
they might be sending me some stuff.
We're trying.
Hey,
Trying. You know what I mean?
trying.
So,
if you get something out of it,
gonna have to do
that's
this.
a good start.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Turn that around.
Damn,
Dude,
he's
you know,
on it.
You know
Hey, I
what
got
is
you.
funny?
He's
the
on it.
the
Give this
best
guy
thing in
a
the
check.
world, the best sponsorship guy at the races is Deegan. Every single time he does any kind of like press conference or anything, he takes a Monster and he freaking boom, smacks it down, and he makes sure the logo, whoop, perfect.
Dude,
Smart.
Those
know.
guys are they're professionals.
All right, so we're
they're
gonna,
pretty smart marketing.
yeah, they are. We're gonna talk about the race. We're gonna talk about predictions. We're gonna talk about everything in between on the race side of things. We're gonna talk about everything that you've been up to, right? You've been doing a whole lot of stuff, and we're gonna talk about electric. Because
Sick.
there's going to be those questions, and you're going to have some answers. You may not have answers for other ones.
Probably
As
not.
you know, he's the local Stark plug.
All right.
You know, you have your homie.
That's where you rode that.
Yeah,
from
Ritter.
Ryan.
The reason I rode the Stark was because of Ritter. Yeah, it was his. And then we'll get some updates on Roberto about what he's kind of had going on.
Switch teams.
He did switch teams.
I see that.
Switch
He was a Suzuki guy for a long time.
Hey, why you don't talk about it?
Everybody
We'll
knows
get
you're
to
a
it.
banana boy.
Yeah, no, I know that. But
I'm just saying you were a banana boy.
I could have switched up on something else. You know what I mean?
So, Jet wins the overall. Well, we'll get to you. Don't worry. Take your time. Jet wins the overall. Hayden Deegan wins the overall. Was there anything, and Ritter, I'll start with you. Was there anything that surprised you about Jet winning the overall this weekend?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, because dude, I don't really fuck with Jet that much, to be
Yeah.
honest. Do you guys swear on here?
Yep, you can
Okay,
cuss.
cool.
You say you talk about your mama. I don't care. You do whatever you want.
All right, fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom. So, yeah, listen, I am not a huge fan of Jet just because, like, I obviously respect the shit out of his riding and what he's been doing. I just personally, like, I really liked Jet when he was coming up, and he was really happy all the time, and he was, like, really smiley, and he was really personable. Doesn't really seem to be like that now. Like, him and his brother, I will say him and Hunter kind of both seem like they just have like these really big egos right now, which I mean,
I can see
granted,
that.
right? Like they're big dick into the races, like they're the shit. But I don't know. I just don't really fuck with the personalities behind both of them. But with that being said, dude, that slam that he took
Heavy.
at Hangtown
That was hard.
insane. So the fact that he got up, finished the moto, and then raced the second moto, and then I also like kind of really fuck with the fact that when they're asking him about it on interviews, he's like, "Yeah, I feel like shit, but we'll see what happens."
Yeah.
Like, I can't help but to fuck with that.
Yeah.
Because I like the, I like the realness. I like the personality
Yeah.
behind it. which he hasn't really like let out in the last couple of years. So that doesn't really have anything to do with the racing, but
No, I get it, but it does set it up.
Yeah,
it does.
So like now when I see him go out and win this weekend, I'm a little bit less like, oh, fucking snooze fest, you know? I'm a little bit more intrigued to see him win. Am I surprised? Not really.
It was
like,
more fun to watch this weekend.
Yeah. It was
than it has been.
It was a little bit more like interesting. Dude, that kid's just so fucking good. I don't get it. Like
Phenomenal.
It's fucked up to say, but he almost has to be at like 80% for everybody else to have a chance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is wild.
That's fucked up.
I know.
Like,
but people have brought to the attention of, okay, would you compare that to the other greats of how of a percentage down they would have to ride in order for it to be competitive? And they were talking about like Carmichael, like would he have to ride at 70%? If he was the greatest of all time, how far down? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like I said it last week, I'm like, I haven't seen somebody ride this good and like this smooth and just out of world like technique and everything since Stewart.
Right.
In my opinion. I mean, there's
honestly,
other guys.
like, I mean, the internet trolls can go crazy on me here, but
yeah.
Like technique wise, I don't think there's even really much of a comparison. Like James was just so wide open and like he was like the technique part was not, I don't really think super comparable.
Yeah.
Jet is like, I mean, bro, if you could fucking have like the God's most gifted baby in riding dirt bikes, it's Jet.
Yeah.
Like he could do anything. I guarantee if you told that kid like, hey, you have to learn how to backflip in 4 days or your life depends on it.
He can do it.
He's going to do it and like land no-handed.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just one of those kids, but dude, he needs to get fucking happy again.
I do.
Like what the
I
fuck's
agree.
his problem?
I know.
Like
I know.
show
a little bit of personality.
He's like the sickest kid in the world.
I know.
Like why are you so fucking
He should own it
all the time?
He should own it.
It's probably his manager, dude. I heard his manager fucking sucks.
So I've heard.
Sorry if
Lucas. I've heard that before. Yeah. I've never had a conversation with him. I've never been around him. So I even said this about other people. Dude could be my best friend. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have no experience with him. But I've heard the same thing that once he got involved, Jet took it a little bit more like corporate, like I'm just here for a job, you know, kind of a thing.
I mean, I think Lucas is probably, I think I've heard that dude's been in his corner for a long time. And I think
That's
he's
good.
a big part of how he got over here and how he got so known. So like, I'm sure he's probably helped him a lot, but I don't know. That dude just fucking sucks. He wears way too tight of pants and like he's just like wearing his Rolex out there, like not trying to get his shoes dirty. Like, dude, fuck off. You're in
Moto, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. He rubs me the wrong way.
Do you think Jet is the way he is now because all the hate he's getting?
That probably has a big part of it.
Because this is like, a recent thing.
Yeah, for sure. And like think about when he was happy, like he was really loved.
Yeah.
Like everybody, he was like the new kid on the block. Yeah. Everybody was like, this kid's sick as fuck. But it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's like, I don't live a life that's even
close
remotely
to that.
comparable to that. So I have no idea how that feels. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's really easy for me to sit here and be like, oh, well, you're winning every single race. Like, dude, just be happy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a lot more going on. But I don't know. Fucking say that then.
I know.
Like, he's down to say some shit on camera. Like, just be transparent. I don't know. That's like all I ask for. And I'm sure that's what a lot of other people ask for. And like, I seen Gypsy share a little like post today or something, and it's like a slide, and the second video was like Deegan talking about how he thinks press conferences and like the sport should almost be a little
like
bit
MMA?
more like UFC.
Yeah.
I think that might be a little, and I'm the biggest UFC fan out of probably, put 99 people in a room, I'm the biggest MMA fan. But I don't know if that's necessarily what you do, because then I think you're probably like bringing a little WWE-ness into it.
Yeah, which I don't want.
Like, no, and you're trying to like create characters that aren't there. But I do think there needs to be like a fucking balance of none of these dudes are able to say what they want.
No.
Like at all.
Deegan's the closest.
And it's just because of they knew that signing him that like
that's who he's going to be.
That's what they're going to get.
But
'Cause
Jet
his
was the
dad's
same
gonna
way,
do
though.
The same thing.
Yeah, he wasn't, dude. Nobody is to the level of Deegan. Nobody.
Yeah, Deegan's able to
so
say
bright?
a lot of what he
I don't
wants.
know.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
we're changing. Fucking dude.
Yeah, that mine's good. Mine's solid.
We need more because none of those guys. That's not their personality.
Yeah,
It's
Dude.
not.
Yeah.
They're so different when it's off camera.
a lot of them are really cool,
Yeah.
but it's also like a lot of them aren't. Like I just try to judge it based off like, would I want to hang out with that guy?
Yeah.
And a lot of them nowadays, it seems like I wouldn't want to. Like, there's still like Christian Craig, one of the raddest dudes ever. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to casually hang out with Christian if he had the time. But like Hunter, Jet,
Yeah, because you
it'd
don't
be
know.
pretty I don't like. How is it hanging out with them? Is it pretty fucking serious and like?
Yeah. But that's my thing is like, because they never show their personal side, you don't know who these guys actually are.
Right.
Like, so Hunter, this is like the closest I've ever gotten. And I've realized that a lot of social media managers run these guys' Instagrams and stuff like that. I was telling you that, and he was kind of shocked by it. Like, but
No,
how
I
they
knew
run
it
multiple.
to an extent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like most
but
of them
multiple.
Don't. Kenny's one of the only big ones.
Yeah.
that do.
And so Hunter,
crazy.
for the first time ever, when the Lawrence brothers have never reposted anything I've gotten of them ever. Hunter did from Paula. And I was like, what the hell? And I like saw that he was seeing all my stuff. He wasn't just doing the story repost or whatever. And so instead of being like, oh, what up, Hunter? Like, hope all's well. Good luck this, whatever. I was like, what's up, Lucas? Like, because it's not him running it. And I was like, this is either Lucas, Tom, or somebody else. And I was just like, whoever it is, like, thanks for resharing, and they didn't say anything. They just saw it and like moved on. But it could be like somebody else. But that's the problem is, especially with the Lawrences, you have an opportunity to show the side of like, you watch F1. So
A little bit, yeah.
he's a huge F1 guy.
Huge F1
Huge F1.
Nice. I can
That's
see that.
running joke on this way. A huge F1
I just
guy.
got an F1 this year.
Who's
Yeah.
your guy?
I don't have one.
I got Lando Norris.
Is it based off the F1 series?
No, I've literally just started watching F1.
So okay, so
yeah.
you don't actually.
No,
No,
I just tell them all
no,
the
no.
time that I'm a huge F1 guy.
So
I
just
got
give him
into the
shit.
Netflix shit and I got
I-
super into it for.
It's
a while.
badass,
That's what
dude.
I got to start watching that.
He's
Super good.
never seen it, but it's
I like F1. It's a
but
running
if
joke
you
with him.
but
It
if
is sick.
you watch those guys and the level that they're at, but if you didn't have that and you just saw what you saw, you would probably hate 90% of the drivers. You know what I mean? And so like if you actually had them show a little bit more of emotion, the Lawrences especially, that's the only ones I'm trying to think of. Like you get personalities pretty much with everybody else. Tomac, not really. Tomac's kind of like a hidden shell too. But if they just showed a little bit more, you could either be like, I love this guy. Like, dude, Hunter's badass. Like, I actually think I would rather hang out with Hunter than I would with Jet.
I think so too.
Like, and that's just the vibe I've gotten a little bit, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Did you see the recent video floating around of Ricky Johnson
Yeah.
walking up
Oh,
and
To
trying
go
to
that
shake,
was
give him his handshake.
Dude, I need
I don't
more
fuck
info.
with that.
I don't
need
think
more-
Hunter knew who he was.
I
though.
need more context on that.
No,
but I don't
but
fuck
no.
with that.
Anybody that's coming up to you that is at the podium like
that
that,
shake your hand?
that's trying
Bro,
to shake your
yeah.
hand, it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He was the grand marshal of the event.
I know. And you should know, if you're that guy, you should know who Rick Johnson is. Like,
Bro, he's the one. He like made Factory Honda what it is.
I know.
Like,
So there's nothing's come out since about
No.
that.
Uh-uh. Have you seen all the stuff he posts though?
yeah, Rick
Dude,
Johnson's funny as fuck.
It's so funny. I did a thing with Canvas years ago, dude, or not, about a year ago, where he was coming out with his line or whatever, and we were sitting there hanging out. The dude's hilarious. Hilarious. One of the funniest guys, doesn't take shit too serious.
yeah, the way he handled that was like classic.
He was like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm
and
gonna
the
walk
fact
this
that
way.
he like posted it and
I know.
literally said like, "Congratulations on your win."
Yeah, he didn't have to. He could have been like, you're a dick.
Yeah,
you know,
That's freaking funny.
like he doesn't need them. He doesn't need any of that.
Yeah,
you know?
in reality, he could have posted that with like a kind of like a putting attention on this type caption.
Yeah.
and knowing that it probably would have blew up.
Yeah, and he
that,
didn't.
And he didn't do that.
Yeah.
he just like played it cool.
He knew the video would speak for itself.
Yeah.
He's smart.
exactly.
But I thought that was pretty funny. So I don't know. They just need to open up that book. And we got not off topic, but it was more of like how we started on this road.
Yeah,
It was like,
sorry,
was I surprised? No, it's good.
You're gonna get all over the place with
I'm
me.
happy.
I was-
I
let's
want
do it.
that.
I was
am
also
too.
gonna bring up, just because I have it in my brain right now.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk any shit at all, but I'm
Let's
gonna
do
talk
it.
a little.
Let's
let's
talk
do
shit.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
talk a little bit of shit.
We can talk some shit too.
You know the best part about talking shit on this one is I edit it. So like if there's anything I don't want in, I'm like, oh fuck, I made a mistake. We made a huge mistake I'll get into later about gate fees and stuff like that. 10 minutes of content.
We had to cut the whole
edit
thing.
it out.
Had to cut the whole thing.
Nah, just leave all my shit in there. Risk
Yeah, I
it.
will.
Risk it for the biscuit. If
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wrong, sorry.
Well, we're kind of he's kind of pushing that line right now with a couple people.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, so we're going to war?
No,
like, is that what we're
it's
doing?
not going to war, but I am tired of holding my tongue.
Hold on,
You know what I mean?
Hold on. All right,
Don't be going to war, Michael.
let's hear it.
I'm not. I'm not.
All right, so yeah, again, I don't, and I'm genuinely not talking shit here. This is just like,
But
this is a perspective from a Moto fan.
This is Ryan Ritter's opinion.
yeah.
But what the fuck is going on with Chase? I
front end guy?
I get the Hangtown race was sick as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
And everybody was spending the whole week like, this is a different rider. This is like Chase is gonna dominate.
Bro, I was the number one KTM guy. I mean, I was wearing all my gear.
I seen that.
Yeah.
And then he goes out and goes 5.6.
I know.
Is Chase ever gonna hit that point where he eliminates all of his bullshit?
No. So
Probably not.
So Chase doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't have the fuck you mentality of I'm better than you. I'm gonna fucking show it.
He did for that one weekend.
Well, okay, that's fine. So that's even worse. Isn't that worse that he has it and won't give it out, like won't show it every weekend? Like I mean, come on, at some point, like you have to do that. If you're gonna beat Jet and Hunter, even put them, because dude, Hunter's ahead of him in points, or they're like right next to each other.
Well, Hunter's riding good.
Yeah. So at some point, these dudes are gonna take your lunch for years. Years. They're young, dude. They're young. You're older than them, like not by much, but you're older. They're going to take the prime of your career is about to get wasted if you do not unlock the fuck you mentality.
Step it up, dude.
Yeah.
Like he has to.
Do you think last weekend Chase Sexton could have beat this weekend Jet Lawrence?
Yo,
Yeah, I do.
For
yeah.
sure, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, if he's like a little bit scared of taking like that risk of riding like that all the time, because he
But he
clearly has
crashes
that.
anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
lose that
Like
front end.
okay, so if he's not trying to ride that way because he doesn't want to crash, well, he is crashing. What level is he riding at?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you're telling me, oh, I'm only riding at 90%, well, you're still crashing. You might as well ride at 100.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
I think he does struggle with that bike. Like I think that switching teams was a really good thing for him.
Yeah.
But I think he's struggling with that bike a little bit.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think that they figure stuff out, and then from what I've heard, is he'll make a little tweak, a big tweak.
Yeah.
You know?
Which also brings me to the thought of like, and I think about this all the time, and I've never really been good about asking like the big dog guys this type of shit. But when the fuck do you just get over it? Like when the fuck do you just like stop playing the game of I need to make every little thing better and just fucking
Ride the
figure
bike.
it out? Yeah, like I hate to say it like that because again, I'm not that level and I don't know. They could be like listening to this and being like, "You fucking idiot."
I'll
Like,
tell you
have
right
no
now,
idea.
the big dogs don't listen to this shit.
You'd be
Hey, you
surprised.
never know.
You'd-
But
You know who
it
does?
is true. It's,
You know who does?
Why does
RJ.
every little thing have to be perfect?
Well, it's just like when
Hampshire does watch this.
Yeah.
I just wonder, like when you are at that level, how much are those tiny differences making? Like,
Yeah.
because I just think like, okay, so Jet and Hunter were on this new suspension setup going
Yeah.
into this outdoor season, right? They were still competing. They were like not that far off of like
No.
what they were doing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, the bike is night and day better. So like, okay, the comfortability's there, but they're going like the same speed
I know.
or like not crazy differences.
No.
So it's like all this time and effort and fucking energy that you're putting into testing the bike and changing it all the time. Is that like really worth it?
I
don't
think
know.
I think a lot of it is mentally too, because I don't know. Did you ever hear when Steve Mathis, when he was a mechanic, and one of his guys, he was having a problem with the bike, he brought it back to Steve to work on it, and asked him
Oh.
to adjust it or whatever, and Steve didn't change anything, and then he rode the bike again. And they're like, the bike is perfect. Whatever you did, it works great.
Yeah.
Steve's like,
I did hear
I didn't change
something
anything.
about that. Yeah.
You know?
It is mental when you ride at that level. So I can't even pretend. I don't even think I've ridden at half the speed that these guys ride at.
I do every weekend.
No, maybe soon you will. Yeah. But it is one of those things where it's like you're pushing the envelope and the edge very, very. It's very close to disaster, right?
All the
And
time,
so
right?
so like if you're not 100% confident, which is fine, but you have to figure out how to put that confidence in your head of like, and I do think there was an element to Chase this weekend, like being like, I can trust this bike to do anything. Like that dude was throwing the bike everywhere. And then he went in that one section and just rode over the top of it and ended up, tucking the bike. I hate saying tucking the front end because I feel bad. But
He tucked the front end though.
but he went down,
That's exactly
right?
what he
Which
did.
I thought he was seriously hurt. Like his knee and how it went and everything. I was like,
I know,
oh
dude.
shit.
His knee was fucked. But
Yeah.
I will say that dude's a fucking
Animal.
He's a tank.
Animal.
Like he takes crazy hits. and
Yeah.
just always gets
So
up.
he's probably the most physically fit rider, I would say. Like, dude, that dude's gnarly. And just built like a freaking. And what's crazy to me is you have so many different people and we're kind of getting off. See, this is where you and I are the same, where we just
we
get off
suck at
topic.
this.
Is like you have a guy built like Chase Sexton, then you have a guy built like Aaron Plessinger, who's tall, kind of lanky, like
kind of skinny.
yeah, kind of skinny. Then you have like shorter dudes like the Martins, like Carmichael. Like you have all these different types of like athletes that all ride moto.
Even look at Jason. Like Jason's
Yeah.
a pretty big dude.
Yeah. And you wouldn't look at him and be like, dude, that guy's in like killer shape. But I would say he's one of the more physically because he rides moto. So you're one of the most physically demanded sports. And you look at him and you're like, that is not really like an athlete.
Yeah.
But he is. You know what I mean?
sure.
Like it's insane the shit that these guys are able to do. So my answer on it, I was surprised until I saw qualifying, or I would have been surprised, and then I saw qualifying, and I was like, this dude ain't hurt as much as he kind of let out.
Yeah.
That dude was flying, looked pretty good. Not saying he's 100%, he's not, but I was just like, okay. So my boy Moody hit me with a DM, and he was like, where do you think Jet finishes today? That was on race day. I say he's going to finish 2-1 overall. And he went 2-1 overall. And so he
Mystic
asked,
Mac over here.
yeah, he was just like, dude, a broken clock's right twice a day, right? Like, so it was one of those things where it's like, that's where he should finish,
Yeah.
right? Like, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that hard of a prediction.
It's where you kind of expect.
Yeah, that's where he should finish. I didn't think the biggest surprises for me were the 250 class, which we'll get into, but I didn't foresee Hunter doing what he did in Colorado.
Hey, I told you.
You did.
Hunter can beat him.
Yeah, you did.
Hunter
rides-
can beat Jet.
Hunter rides the 450 really well.
Yeah.
And
In
you got to
outdoors.
figure that everybody else on the line has that little bit of like, they're already defeated when they line up
Yeah.
because
Against
of
them.
Jet.
How shitty would that
Because
feel?
of, yeah, like Jet's already last year he shows up as a rookie, smokes everybody every single moto.
I know.
This year it kind of looks like that already, unless he crashes, right?
Yep.
So now it's already kind of like, all right, unless he crashes, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Hunter is probably the only one on that gate that's like,
Nah.
I can beat that little fucker
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
any time.
Yeah.
He's probably the only one that really believes that.
Yeah.
How much older is he? A year or two?
This is only a couple. It's not much.
He's got to be like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, because he's been around a lot longer than Jet. And
Yeah. Like I think he came around like a year or two.
yeah, I can't remember. Somebody let me know.
Well, let's talk about the 450s then. Let's talk about Justin Cooper that you said
Bro.
the last episode is don't
Stop
sleep on Justin
sleeping
Cooper.
Yeah.
But what happened to him at the end of the race?
He faded
He
a little
fatigued?
bit. That's all right. That's all right.
That's all right. I think
Yeah.
he definitely blew his wad in the beginning of both of those motos. But dude, listen, like that is so G for him to be running up in the front
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And also, fuck all these media outlets. They all just fucking
Ditto.
they just praise the fuck out of the Lawrences, and then
Yeah.
they don't even say a word about Justin Cooper
Nope.
until
He does.
a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
comments get laid out under a post like, yo, why do you guys not even
Yep.
acknowledge Justin? And then the next morning they post like a fucking, yeah, like,
Justin
I
Cooper.
see you,
Justin
Racer
Cooper edit.
X.
Yeah.
I see you, Racer X. You guys need to do better.
Ooh, shots fired. Boom, boom. I couldn't agree more. But I was sitting there looking and I was just like, dude, Justin Cooper has been in there week in and week out outdoors. He struggled a little bit in Supercross, but in outdoors, the dude was there.
I think he's getting it together.
And like you see him in person, you're like, holy shit, like this dude's flying, you know? And it kind of pissed me off that I'm like, all these people are not sleeping on him, but they're like, Tomac needs to come back, Webb needs to come back. And I'm like, you have a top 5 guy right there.
Oh yeah.
Like he's there and he's young. This is his first 450 year. And I don't know if he goes back to Star or not. I don't know how that whole deal will work out because he's not he's under contract. I think
just
for
a year.
Yeah, for another year, and then they have to decide on what they do with Tomac because if he retires or if he's done or whatever, I have no idea. That dude, like I said, is like a freaking.
I think we've seen
Fort
one more
Knox.
year.
I can't remember.
He's a Tomac guy, by the way.
Did he say that he was coming back? I can't remember.
Tomac?
He hinted at it.
Gotcha.
He is coming back
He
to
said it's
Moto
not out of the question.
and racing SMX. That and they
That's what
said,
it was.
and hopefully it's like later in the year. But I would too for that much money. You know what I mean? Like it's
I don't think he wants to end his career that way. You know what I mean?
You might not have a choice.
Yeah, I mean at some point it's going to be forced for you. But then it's like, okay, this is us getting on another topic, but would he come back and just ride for a different manufacturer?
Nah, I don't think so. I think he'd probably retire.
Okay, so, but if he isn't
I
ready
really
to go out, would you really want to spend another 2 years? Because it would probably, I don't think you could just hop on a Triumph or a Ducati or whatever and just be like, all right, cool. You know, I'm gonna be top 5 in Supercross.
He did that when he went to Star. He won.
Yeah, but he was younger, dude. Like he's old, dude, and abused. I'm
Younger.
old.
This is recent.
3 years ago, right?
2.
That's pretty young in Moto.
Wasn't this season? Was the previous season?
I'm going to preface this. Big Tomac guy. So
I love it.
There's no Tomac slander allowed on this podcast.
Not happening.
Because
Yeah, I'm a Tomac guy too. You won't get any from me.
See,
well, you two can be your little peas in a pod over there. Not really a
Chase
Tomac.
Sexton over here. You saw
No,
his get
no,
up,
no,
right?
no.
Shut up.
No,
you saw
no,
his
no.
get up, his KTM get up.
You know the
okay?
best part? Oh, I was gonna mute you.
Can't mute me.
Is
This is my show.
yeah? Don't get out of here.
that over
Get out of here.
I did like the full factory get up.
Oh, it was sick.
Hey,
You
and
look
speaking
good.
of that, I'm gonna have to get a full factory get up now.
Yeah. All right. Do you want? No. Let's finish.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
we're
finish
good. We're
Lakewood
good.
because
We're
I do
good.
want to dedicate the time for you because it actually is a pretty big
appreciate
deal
that. I appreciate
of
that.
what you did. By far my favorite part, and we're gonna finish out the 450s, but I feel like we'll go on a tangent here. AP on the line when they were doing the interviews. Did you see that?
legend.
This
And
is
he's just sitting there like the hand over the heart, you know, all that stuff. Like,
That Moto memes post. I'm gonna need you to simmer down, little lady.
yeah,
or
little
whatever.
lady,
All
my
right,
song's
let's ask
on.
about this. Is she messing up
What do you
because
mean?
of her? Because she's like, does she not know when
No,
to
'cause she
talk
has
to
the
people?
headphones on.
Right.
Yeah.
Or is it the broadcast that is screwing it
Nah,
up
the
for her?
broadcast. The broadcast screwed her.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's not her.
No. It
It
wasn't
was so
her.
funny the way she was sitting there looking like back at the camera, back and forth. Like, what do
Yeah,
I do?
because I think
What do
she
do?
realized halfway through, like, oh shit, like I always say Pledge of Allegiance, but it's
National
like
anthem.
national anthem going on, and so it's like we don't know what's going on. So, but she just once I think she saw IP, but I was dying laughing, dude. I'm like, of course, the one person that would happen to is AP.
Yeah.
like, and
I know the most American dude on the
dude, I was dying laughing, dude, when that happened, and like
was good.
literally laughing out loud. It was
That was
great.
good.
That's how you know everything's scripted.
Oh, I know, for real, huh?
all fake.
So 250s. Hayden Deegan wins the overall. I would say my favorite part I had 2 favorite parts. Hayden and Vial battling that first moto was sick.
Oh yeah.
Vial was so badass, dude. That was like one of my favorite races of the year. And then Chance Hymas getting his first moto win. Dude,
Sick as fuck.
that was badass. Yeah, that was another thing that, like, dude, watching the 250s right now.
Yeah, the 250 class is like we're lucky to have what we have in the
Yeah.
250.
Vial
It'd be
took
boring.
himself out.
Yeah, he did, dude. As another KTM
He was sending
guy.
though.
He was sending.
Like I
Tuck the front end.
Yeah, he
I-
did tuck the front end a little bit. Yeah.
That little crash or whatever you want to call that is. I think that's fully justified. Like those
100%
two
it
were
was.
fucking sending. And
100%.
If that's what like, if that's just a taste of what they're gonna give us for the season, I'm fucking
Dude,
I'm putting my seatbelt on.
here
and
for it?
fully signed up for
the
it.
MXGP guys are coming over.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
What,
And
who's coming next?
Prado,
Oh, he's coming back.
full time.
Oh, nice.
And he's apparently for Cowie.
I did hear something about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We'll see. It's not final, but like, we'll see if that happens. I did think him or with Gas going back under, the company or the corporate umbrella. That was kind of interesting. I'm like, oh, maybe they're also doing that to try and keep Prado.
Right.
I don't know. But You have him coming over. D Wolf or K to Wolf. I always F up his
K to
name.
Wolf, yeah.
That dude is sick.
He's coming over too.
He said he wants to come over. And so, like,
Right.
I'm just saying, dude, you could get some of those guys. I want to see him in outdoors. I didn't want to see
and
Prado in
that kid's
Supercross.
young.
He's super
Why he
young.
did good in Supercross too, though.
Yeah, but dude,
For his
Prado,
very first time ever.
Prado is one of the best riders
Oh yeah.
ever.
No, I agree.
And so
Yeah.
I want to see him in outdoors.
Prado and Vial are both like it. I don't even think people fully understand how insane it is for Vial to do what he did,
No.
because that dude learned how to ride Supercross a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And he's already like competing with the best in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Is that camera good or did that?
No, that one died. Don't worry about it. We have the full 3 over there.
All right,
It died?
Fuck that camera.
It's
Yeah.
a brand new battery.
I don't know. I don't know what it did. It might have turned off. Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah, fuck
You
that
can mess
camera,
with it if you want. I don't know. But we usually only run the one camera anyways because it's hard to freaking cut it back and forth.
Maybe you could teach him some skills.
No, Ritter doesn't want to do that.
Some
You
editing
don't
skills.
want-
Oh, I
you don't want
do.
to learn anything from me.
I do have a question though. I may need your help doing the promo video for that, the 250, the charity bike. I'll let you know on that. But yes, seeing Vial do what he did was badass. Seeing Deegan, just dude, I love his. And I get people don't like what he does on the podium and stuff like that, how he talks, his antics and
Why?
stuff.
Let him be him.
I freaking love it, dude, because I really think that he's really like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think he's playing it up for
No,
anybody.
yeah, I think he's fully like that.
And so seeing that was
I think the Deegan
badass.
thing's sick as fuck, dude. People,
Oh, yeah.
I think people get way too. They just put like way too much energy into like
Caring.
caring and
Yeah.
hating on them. I don't know.
Do you like the riding? Do you like the battles? Yeah, then shut up.
Yeah,
It's because
Like-
all the hype that he gets.
And dude, he's
That's
so
why people
entertaining.
hate on him. It's the same thing with Jet. It's all the hype that he gets, so people are naturally just going to hate on him.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
for
exactly
sure.
what it is. He hasn't done anything wrong.
People don't
You know
like
what I mean?
people don't like his YouTube following.
Yeah.
Which is one of the best things in the world for the sport.
It's
For
great.
sure.
Like huge. I mean, you have that many people following, and not all those people ride. You know what I mean?
No,
right.
So you have that, and you bring in all the people that you do. He brings in girls' attention too, which is also going to make it easier.
That's great.
Dude, it's going to make it easier for their guys to watch.
Yeah,
Like,
every other rider should be fucking buoying up with Deegan.
yes,
He's
dude.
probably
Put me on your vlog, bro.
Yeah, he's probably just pulling in so many chicks for like, dude,
Yeah.
he's just helping the moto community.
I know. I
Everybody
agree.
should be buoying up with Deegan. Everybody's fucking up.
I don't know why they don't. I mean, like, whatever. He talks shit. Let him talk shit. You know what? Don't like it. Beat him.
Let him be him.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's another one. I think he's going to be really dangerous when he gets on a 450.
No pun
Danger
intended.
boy. Danger boy.
No
yeah,
pun.
true.
Yeah, I didn't even like realize that.
No
yeah.
pun intended.
Okay. I'm going to ask Ritter then.
Yeah, ask him.
Deegan on a 450 versus Jet on a 450.
I think it would take Deegan a little bit of time to figure it out, but I think that's who
He can beat him though, huh?
Yeah,
For sure.
I think that'll be like. Unfortunately, I think you're going to have a few years of Jet
Yeah.
just being really dominant until Hayden and Vial and like some of these other young guns get on a 450.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
But
too.
I think
agree.
Deegan could take him down.
So
Literally, he
but
might
to-
fucking form tackle him.
Oh, dude, he probably would too. I cannot wait for their battles, dude. But with Chance Hymas doing what he did, and because I'll be honest, like he is not, and he's been hurt, but and all that stuff. I get it, but like he has not shown the level of riding that a factory Honda ride.
And he was kind of
You know?
hyped up to be.
And then it was just like, dude, he started to have some rides. Like he started to show a little bit of promise, which was really good. And then to see him do that and hold off Hayden,
Yeah.
and hold the win, that was fucking badass.
Yeah, he's gonna be one that like when he obviously it's taken him a little bit to settle in, but when he finally does fully settle in, he's gonna be a gangster.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's gonna be checking off wins all the
Yeah,
time.
he's you know what he is. He's your boy. You know why?
Why?
Team Fly.
Fly
He's
racing.
a fly guy, even though he's wearing Alpine stars. Yeah, he is a Team
What
Fly
does that
guy
have to do with Fly's gear as well? Not just
because
boots.
they make the best gear in the world.
Yeah, but you know what? The wife,
Just-
my mother-in-law got me this shirt because
Shout out.
apparently Karina had a conversation with you about my boots aren't safe, that I need to switch over to Alpine Stars.
I
Yeah,
did.
so
I did say that.
Guess who is making me buy Alpine Stars now?
Me. Technically,
No, but can you get them though? Yeah.
Yeah, I can
So I'm
help.
gonna need to do that.
yeah,
but
yeah.
no,
What
the
did you
wife
wear?
and the mother-in-law.
you wear Fly.
Fly. I have a set
And
of
he has-
Alpine Stars, but
yeah, but they're a little older.
more
yeah.
mostly Fly boots.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should definitely wear Alpine Star.
I know
Yep.
they're just expensive.
My boy knows. My boy knows. Hit up. You know who you hit up? MX Boot.
MXboot.com.
They really have nothing to do with this show or anything, but they do a really good service.
Gonna hit them up right now.
You could get used boots, all that stuff. Like this is not a plug at all.
This is the plug.
Don't worry, Sam. I got you. I'm going to straight drop a plug for you right now. You can trade in any used
Hold
pair
on, do you
of
want?
boots.
Wait,
Restart it. Throw it in there.
If we're throwing an ad,
Cut me the fucking beat right now.
you got it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Sam, you better
You better be
appreciate this
paying.
one, buddy. Any used pair of boots, shitty, new, old, whatever you have, you can send them in MXboot.com. They're going to give you a little credit for your boot. You're going to get a brand new boot back.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
See?
I like it.
They have a
All
lot
right.
of brands, too. It's
like
really
it.
nice.
All right,
It's a
no
really
free
good setup.
shout outs. I'm going to delete all that.
Since
Yeah,
we're
no,
on it, though.
Send me the invoice. I'll invoice it. to
Yeah,
him.
he's been super cool,
But
dude.
since we're on it,
Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing now?
we need to plug our boys over at ETS.
ETS Racing Fuels?
ETS
Yeah.
Racing
How do you
Fuel.
get
Seriously.
the best race fuel on the market?
You buy it. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's true. You do just buy
Not
it.
even that.
Yeah. All right. We get
But
back
if you
into
just
it.
want to go to the track and get hot chicks all the time, not
All right,
even
whoa,
ride,
whoa, whoa.
you gotta.
Kid show. Relax.
Why is he? Dude,
We
he
don't
always
need-
cuts my music off.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I
you
like
know
every
what?
time.
I seen this
Yeah.
whole thing last time, and I got really intrigued when you said the hot chicks part.
That's
so
what
you
I'm
might
saying.
as well just leave
All
that
right,
in.
hot
Seriously,
chicks.
if you want to get hot chicks at the track, if you want to hang out with
Not
Ritter,
us.
if you want to hang out with me, hang out with my brother, you have to buy
A can.
ETS
ETS Racing Fuel.
Dude,
You
this
have to do
guy's
it.
jacked to just be able to lift
I
that
know.
right
You know
now?
why? You know why he's
I
so
drink
jacked?
this stuff in the
no,
morning.
that's why he's so jacked. He has it. He opens it up right before he does the fuel plug, and he just
take a big whiff of it.
yeah gets a whiff of the fuel and everything.
Dude, seriously, I need to
You
bring
know
my
what
team
is funny?
sipping it.
You know what is funny? All of us are ETS guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am an ETS. guy.
Yeah,
hot
he is an
in here.
ETS guy. I know. Sorry, dude.
Let me
I'm
ask you
trying.
another question.
I run
Ritter.
it in my van. It smells so fucking good.
What do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
of this picture?
It's pretty good, right?
Dude, that's a
Oh,
pretty sick photo.
You know
I would-
what question we have?
Can I get something like that of myself?
Yes, I can. I can connect you
Is
with
that
my Viking.
AI?
I don't know. My wife got it for me for Father's Day.
No, it's not. He's got this whole get up in his closet. He wears this.
damn.
No, I
every
don't.
day.
You should
So,
wear that.
This is how he seduces his wife. He puts this outfit on.
That's kind of seducing.
Dude, that's a
me right now. You
callback.
better
That's a
chill out.
callback to the original podcast. We should ask Ritter the question: if you could sell a testicle for $30,000, would you do it?
You know how many dirt bikes he could buy, Ritter?
Yeah. How many Starks could you buy?
2.
There you go. That dude.
That-
two
that
more.
kinda-
Two
that's
more
two
than
more
I got.
than you had.
That doesn't sound as good. I mean,
But
my-
Starks are expensive.
I kind of have
Yeah.
small balls too, so
Ooh. Well. Maybe you
do you
get
get
less.
30 like for
We don't know.
Okay,
So we
so
haven't.
size.
It ranges anywhere from $30,000 to $92,000.
I want to know who's getting $92,000 for their balls.
Yeah.
they got to be like uniquely shaped
Jeff
or
Emig,
something.
Yeah.
when Jeff Emig was on the show, he said he'd do it.
He's
You know
older,
what?
so his would go down.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of street cred, so like
That's true.
His might be worth up in like the 50 to 60
A lot of
range.
street cred.
Yeah, I could.
Like
dude.
he did some cool shit when he was younger.
Yeah.
Probably with his balls.
Yeah, he probably did, dude. Okay. So
If you want to sell one of your testicles, we'll give you a free can of ETS racing fuel.
yeah.
But we have to buy us a
mean,
bike with it.
yeah.
But you got to ship it.
Yeah.
So personal
This
personal
address right
news. Personal news. Switching from the racing. You have anything else on the racing side? Ritter, you're good.
Yeah, I just want to see Levi Kitchen do really well because
I do too.
he's really sick and he's probably like, I don't even really know him. Actually, I don't know him at all. I just think that his hair is cool. I like his
Yeah.
riding style and I think he's cool. So I really want to see Levi Kitchen do well.
I do
That's pretty
too.
much it.
Did you
Yeah.
see the video of him talking to Gypsy about he called out sick so he could go ride other bikes?
Yeah.
No, I need to watch that though. I went to Air today and there was a
I watched
clip
like
playing. I need
2
to
minutes
watch
of it, and then on my way here, and
Yeah.
I showed up.
I'm gonna go home and watch it.
So it was one of those things where I was like choosing war and I decided to not choose war. I'm choosing
Choose war.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
I'll go to battle for you.
Nah, it's off camera. It's not ready for on camera stuff. So personal
I know
news.
what you're getting at.
Personal news. You got a new bike.
I did.
What kind of bike did you get? Oh, here, hold on. We could go straight up. Now, if you are out there looking for a brand new bike, you're going to love this. You know what dealership you go to? The best dealership in Southern California.
That is right.
Coin Power Sports. Shout out Travis and the boys.
How do we end
at
up with all the
Coin?
same sponsors?
Yeah.
Because I follow your
Shout
direction.
out to Todd, the
Yeah,
GM as well.
Todd,
So-
GM. If you want a badass bike, go to Coin Motorsports. The reason, actually,
They'll give you
what
a
made me
huge
think about
discount.
it.
Just mention my name and Ritter's name. That's it. Don't mention
Yeah,
this
don't
guy.
mention, dude. They'll charge you double if you tell them they know me.
Probably.
But what made me think about it is a charity bike was sitting right there, and I was just like, oh shoot, I got to get the Coin front fender stickers on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, Oh crap! I should run a plug for Coin.
I
but
did get a new bike though.
You did.
I am Team Green. I moved from a Suzuki to a Kawasaki.
What made you go green?
Monster.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the
I've
graphics.
been looking at their bikes and looking at other bikes and
Looking at other bikes.
yeah, I've been looking at other bikes, but I just love the way it looks. I love the way me sitting on it. Like if I'm sitting on different bikes, they just feel different to me, and that one felt really, really good.
Have you rode one?
Yeah,
They're very like steer with the rear.
yeah.
You like that?
But
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
but
I
they
like the
are
steer.
similar-ish to Suzuki. They're not like too far off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
So-
I tried riding Brian Madero's Suzuki like a couple
250 or 450.
I don't even remember what
It was
I think it was
probably
a 450.
was it?
Yeah.
I would think it would be a 250.
He just wanted to ride the Stark for a couple laps, so I let him hop on and try
Dude.
to just take his for a lap. And dude, like I'm sorry, but that bike just
Yeah.
feels so old that
And
I just
heavy.
couldn't. Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
so slow and so heavy that I just couldn't even ride it.
Yeah, but were you on your Yamaha?
No, I got off the start,
Okay, so
Oh, okay. That's
it was
that's gonna feel
but
super
I
heavy.
can get off the Stark and get on my Yamaha. No problem.
but that's what I mean is the Yamaha is freaking a bullet, you know, and it feels nimble.
it was a difference between the Cowie and the Yamaha, or it was up between those
That's
two.
what those two-
So I watched a lot of videos between both of them and everything, and the way I don't need that much power from Yamaha. I don't need it.
I don't think
you know what I
anybody
mean.
does.
Nobody really
exactly.
likes Tomac, but-
So
Yeah.
everything that Chris Kiefer was saying, pointing more towards the Cowie, and how it might not be as good power wise as the YZ or anything, but I don't need that power.
Right.
You know, so everything he talked about, he said this is like a perfect bike setup for like me.
They
you know
jump
what I mean?
so well.
Yeah.
So-
They jump sick as fuck. Like
Yes,
that's
and-
why everybody that does whips and shit, that's why they get cowies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he broke into my house the other day and he rode it down
Yeah,
the
I
street.
did. It was pretty
I
sweet.
wasn't home.
No, but and also
what
also
year? 25 or 24?
24.
You did get a really good deal on it.
Yeah, coin,
And like,
Coin-
and I know
Coin Power
I
Sports hooked it
like
up.
I'm plugging Coin, but like I swear to God, anybody just shows up, they'll give you a freaking good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they,
You know what I
they
mean?
definitely took care of me.
Yeah,
It was nice.
You know why we end up with the same one? Because Travis followed me, and then I like randomly would talk to him, and then all of a sudden halfway through I realized he owned Coin,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, you
Yeah,
know, like
Travis is sick.
Yeah, and you don't kind of realize it. I told him I was mad at him when I went and bought the giveaway bike. I'm like, dude, why didn't you helicopter up? Because he has this chase helicopter for Baja.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should have just helicoptered up to the banding location and like hung out for a little bit and then flew home.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, that ain't happening. I'm like, that's fair.
Dang,
that's
that's
fair.
status right there.
I know.
Dude, your own helicopter.
Yeah, he's got a good thing going.
Yeah.
But he does fucking like no joke, that is the easiest dealership to get a bike from.
Oh yeah, I'm dead serious when I say it. Like it, you could even mention us. They'll
Definitely
still
mention me.
Yeah, they'll still give you a good deal regardless, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, so that is
It's
pretty
not
cool.
as good of a deal as I got.
I know. Ooh.
I got a killer deal on it. It was nice.
Do you have a bathroom or anything? Bathroom break?
We doing
Nah, I'm
a
chilling.
break?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
I
go
know
I
to
just
real
pissed
quick.
my pants when I gotta go.
dude. You know how many times I did that without or recorded this without remembering to do that?
Oh, I did it. I used to do it so many, and then I would still do it even into like my last episodes, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I fucking forgot to do it." And
Yeah.
yeah.
It's okay. So where the hell did we finish off? Your Cowie?
Yeah,
oh,
my
yeah,
Cowie.
yeah. I got new tires and wheels. Do you see my truck?
Yeah, sick
Truck
as
looks good.
fuck.
Dude.
Also, I must add, how do I put this?
You can put it however you want.
I felt abnormally safe parking in this neighborhood.
Oh, dude, straight suburban neighborhood, bro.
Must be nice.
Dude, but you don't. Oh, don't even. Your neighborhood is not far off of what
Where
this
do you
is.
live at?
Off Hot Springs.
Okay.
You,
I'm 2
homie,
minutes down the
you
road.
homie.
You probably hear Twitch in the morning fucking riding.
I know, he
didn't
is
realize
super
you're
close.
Right across the street.
That's why I always say he wrote me like a little bit ago. I'm like, bro, come over. It takes you 3 minutes to
Oh,
get
you
here.
should call
could,
him because
like-
Ritter's here.
Oh, I should. We do have a weekly thing where I call him and he hasn't answered 8 times in a row, and he finally answered last week.
Should I call him?
Yeah, but it's not. Well, maybe it's
hook
not
up
hooked.
through the Bluetooth.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'll call him, and if he doesn't answer, you call him, and then just
Yeah.
see if he answers you. He probably would.
Well, he'll only answer me because when I call him, he thinks it's
like-
about like work shit.
Yeah, like real shit. When I call him, it's like, what the fuck does this guy want? Like he just
Yeah.
wants to bullshit.
Yeah,
but
but
anyways-
he don't answer unless it's about
yeah,
money.
but I do. But I did. So Carita's Tires is a tire shop similar to how Coin is up in Ukaipa, and they do deals for everybody. It's the exact same thing. My boy Ryan Edwards actually connected me with him, and I went up there and like my whole family got wheels and tires from him and everything. And like it's one of those things where you like ask him the price and you're like, is that fucking right? You know, like it's just one of those things that they do. They try to do volume and they try to like all that stuff. And so,
did you get hooked up on the wheels with Method?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
go through Homie Eddie?
Yep. Yeah. Same thing. It's almost the exact same thing as like Coin is like
Eddie's the man.
Yeah. And so what was kind of weird is there was somebody else that followed me from Method too, though. Ooh, I feel so bad. I can't remember who it is.
That's right. Fuck it up. I fuck shit up all the time.
And so he followed me and he was the first one that actually wrote me about doing Method stuff, but I knew Eddie was like the other guy that would do
Eddie's
stuff.
the man. Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know, like if I get to that point, like whatever. And I posted a thing about the truck and sort of, but not really. And he hit me up. He goes, hey, if you ever need wheels for it, let me know. And I'm like, well, I might do another deal, blah, 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 blah. And so we ended up getting to the point where it was just like, hey, let's start here and do some Method wheels or whatever, and then help me with some content, get that shit up for the truck, and then hopefully one day do more.
That's good.
You know,
Dude,
but it
that
does.
truck's so fucking sick.
Thank
You
you.
like that more than
Way
your last
better.
one?
Way better.
Your last one gave you issues and shit.
Yeah,
didn't it?
dude, that fucking thing was a gremlin, dude. I hated that truck. And no hookup, no nothing on the truck.
Yeah.
So I went to the other places that you would think of, and I asked for a deal. They wanted me to promote it, all this kind of stuff. They told me what the amount was. Same place at the other one. I called the local dealer. I'm not going to give them a shout out. Is a local dealer, and they're like, "Oh, it's $2,000 less, and less of a payment." I'm like, "What the man?"
So the other hookups were not.
Yeah, and I had to promote them.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, nah, I'm not doing that. And so went there and did the deal, and it was like perfect. But yeah, Carita's tires. If you guys need freaking tires, again, not a paid deal. I don't really have any paid deals, dude. But it's just support the people that support us, support you, you know, like support the industry, like all that stuff, because they're the ones that are helping us, you know, kind of do this stuff, even though it's not financial. But hey, and so what else do we have this weekend? We still can't fucking ride.
I'm going next weekend.
I know,
You
for
can't.
Father's Day.
You can't until you get back from Ireland.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to ride.
I'll be that guy and just
I
bring
was
it up.
cleared, though.
Who do you got for X Games?
Which part?
Obviously,
Patrick Evans is going to win Best Whip on a
so?
Stark. Dude,
Guaranteed.
you've seen him a million times. I've seen him in person whip that thing. I don't know if you've probably seen his videos, right?
I've seen him in person though.
No, whip the Stark?
At Jeremy's house? No, not at Jeremy's
Well, yeah,
house.
but have you seen him ride the Stark?
No.
Dude, it is on another
pretty
I've
level.
seen the
fucked up in
videos.
person.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I've seen the videos, but not in person.
Dude, it's like one of those things where it's just like you watch him and you're like, oh my God. And the only person I think that could have competed with him was Hodges or what's that freaking guy's name?
Julian Van Stippen.
Yeah. He could too. Like he's really good. And then isn't there that one guy that does a really big ass quarter pipe? Corey Creed.
Corey Creed.
Yeah, he doesn't do best whip though.
Oh,
He's
I
got a
thought-
crazy whip.
Yeah,
he
I
has a
thought he had
really
a
big
big-ass
turn
whip.
down. But I
yeah.
think
Wanky?
Wanky
No.
looks really good right now.
Yeah, he needs.
I
Dude,
don't know if he's.
I love Winky so much, dude.
He's so funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is nothing I wouldn't say right to Winky. I don't know if he's like a podium guy anymore, but
Yeah.
I will give it to Winky. Like his turn downs look like they did a few years
Yeah.
ago, and I talked to him yesterday on the phone and he said that his seat bounce whips are starting to come around too. So like, you know, Wanky's going to be up there, but I think Wyo,
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
dude, that clip of him off the 120 was
Big.
pretty
At Fitz's?
insane.
Yeah.
And I think that if he's able to bring that same style to the next gen,
Yeah, is that what they're going to be running?
I think it'll be the same setup as last year where they have the normal 75 and then they have the
And
next
the
gen
next
right
gen?
there. And
Okay.
I've heard that the next gen is pretty much like a 75. You just have like 2 more
Yeah.
seconds in the air. Like you hit it the same. So
Well, I would say I'm the one guy that is not. You've hit ramps. You've hit ramps. I've never hit a ramp. So
Yeah,
I don't know what
ramps
that
are
feels
fun.
like. Well, have you hit
It's
a ramp
just-
since you crashed?
nah.
Yeah, okay.
Nah.
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna
sure.
soon, but I have this like summer thing where I get hurt.
Oh, really?
I mean, the last 2 summers in a row, I've fully gotten broke off.
Yeah, so you're going to be riding a little careful right
Yeah,
now.
like this summer,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm gonna try to like make it past August without getting hurt.
Well, you did just have a crash. I don't know how bad it was, but the post you did with the front end tweaked.
Oh yeah, that one
You
was
know?
fucked up. That was probably like one of my worst crashes that I just got super lucky.
Yeah,
I have no
it
idea.
happens.
Why? What
dude.
happened?
I was riding this like private track. It's like a super mellow supercross track. And I was just like, I did this one rhythm where I seen this like really fast and talented kid like double in, and then it's like a double, like jump on, jump off.
Yeah.
And he just double quadded all the way over the whole next
So you
section.
tried it?
I came around, I did it perfect the first time.
You quadded it?
Quadded it. And then
Dude, Ritter's good, man. He's good on a bike.
I don't know if I'd say
You're
that.
pretty good. Chill out.
I came
You're
back
good.
around and it was like really tech because it was like super dry. So you had to like grease the first double perfect or you weren't gonna have enough pop through it. And the next 2 times I came around, I cased the double, so I didn't go for it. And the third time I came around, cased the double a little bit, but it just fucking got greedy and sent it anyway. And just like sat through it, and I think I just like pushed a little bit too hard, and it was a little wet in between. So I think I just like got a little squirrely, and it sent me off to the left.
Yeah.
And instead of like, I tried to like tranny off the side of the track because it's just like a supercross pad.
Right.
So that didn't work out super well, and I landed in the soft shit, and just I have no idea what happened.
You just
after that.
tumbled?
I just fucking got catapulted.
Didn't
into
get
the
hurt?
ground. I literally like the bike came back and hit me. Fucking
We're,
took a nice little digger out of my fucking brand new helmet, but I was totally fine. Like I hopped
Nice.
up and
You're like,
I
yes.
took like a gnarly Charlie horse to my leg, which is the leg I broke last year.
yeah.
So I was a little like tripped out on it, and a couple days I was totally
Yeah,
fine.
you're fine. Was that on the, it was Stark, you were breaking in a Stark, weren't you?
Brand new start
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
unpackaged out of the crate
So
the day before.
because we're on that topic, let's get to that, right? Because you've had, you do the exact kind of thing that and we've talked about this before. You've done exactly what I've tried to do with this whole media thing, right? You try to make it your own. You shoot your own stuff. All that stuff. You've done it your own, and you've created your own thing. And you're also, dude.
Shout out Media Pub.
Yeah, shout out Media Pub. Yeah, he's wearing the hat.
sir.
It's
Still
sick.
gotta rep
It's
it.
badass, dude. Like, and you've created a brand around it, right? And which is badass, super cool. But you're not like limiting yourself of, oh well, I have a media company or I have a media outlet, but I'm like looking at other options to like be able to do stuff. Like you're doing stuff with Stark. You're doing. Dude, you have your hands in a lot of different
Yeah.
things, dude.
Yeah, I stay busy.
And so like I don't want to say for you, but like you're doing stuff with Canvas, you do stuff with MX Boot, you do stuff with Heatwave. I think
So
a
essentially,
little bit.
like my
I guess I should say, hey, run me through who you're working with right now.
yeah, like I've gotten really lucky recently to get to a point where like I don't necessarily have to film,
Yeah,
like go out and get film jobs for a living anymore because of Stark, DBK, and Canvas.
Yep.
Are essentially my main forms of
Yep.
payment, and then I'm on a deal with Heatwave. So I've gotten to a point where like I kind of get to just do what I want. Like I've went through the bullshit the last few years of like kind of trying to like earn my keeps on like why my pitch is somewhat valuable, right? Like what you were saying, instead of just building like a media company and sticking solely to that and not taking like any other work, has allowed me to
still do what you want.
still do what I want. Like I don't have a schedule. Like
Yeah.
it's literally just I wake up, talk to either Twitch, Michael Lieb,
Yeah.
or Justin or one of the guys in Europe from Stark, and just figure out like what my day looks like.
Yeah.
Or like have a meeting at DBK Monday morning. Usually Mondays are like meeting days with like DBK and Canvas, and then Wednesdays I have like a meeting every morning with Stark.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just lay my week out, and yeah, I stay busy as fuck.
So what
Yeah.
are you doing for Stark?
A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a title yet. Like I don't know how much I'm really supposed to say. Like
You don't have
they're-
to say too much.
Yeah, you're good.
But you are helping.
I don't really care.
I know.
And
I wanna
I
ride
will
one.
say Stark is so fucking sick about like I've never worked with any other manufacturers. I just
Yeah.
assume that it's pretty tough for the most part. Like, I'll just be super transparent. I worked with this company, Grainger, which you obviously know.
Yeah.
And the
Which
guy,
I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff's.
Yeah.
It looks like they're bouncing around all over the place a
Yeah.
little bit, but had a really good relationship with them and worked really good with the guy that was there. And he went over to Suzuki. And
Could have been your boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was sick as fuck. Like, right when he went over there, he was immediately like, hey, I want to work on trying to get you like a bike, a media bike, something, right? And he's a corporate guy that's just like really cool. So he was like, look, basically, like, for me to pitch to the uppers at corporate why you should have a bike, like, they're going to dig into your background, who you are, what you've done. And when they see that you've been like public about smoking weed, they're not going to want to work with you.
Really?
And basically they're like, you would have to like go delete all that shit and totally not keep anything going. And I have a weed deal. Like, even if I don't smoke weed on camera and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, I've got a daughter at home.
Yeah.
I play it smart, but I'm not like, that's just not me. I'm not going to like totally change who I am to like get.
And you shouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Right. So Stark has, obviously I try not to be super blunt with it, being with like a corporate company, but they let me be who I am. Like, literally, essentially, my boss replied to the story I shared of this, and like he just jokingly was like, go talk that shit.
Oh yeah.
Granted, he's not actually telling me, yo, go fuck you.
Right.
Just
But
say
he's-
whatever you
But he's
want.
saying
But
be yourself.
Yeah.
he's saying be myself. Right. And like, just the freedom of like, I know that I don't have to like step on eggshells all the time, and I don't have to like watch my back on like every little thing I'm doing. Like, they just let me do my thing. They put the trust in me to like do what I need to do. And it's the fucking one of like the easiest companies I've ever worked with, which is why I've pretty much just told them like,
It was.
I'll be a yes man, and essentially like I'll
Whatever
do
you need.
whatever I need to do to like earn my spot with the company.
It was a no-brainer them working with you. No-brainer.
Thank you.
Because honestly, when you think about it, you're very well connected with a shit ton of people that have a big following, that are good riders, good athletes, all this stuff. And you were a bridge to connect Stark with a million different people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like there's already people that we've gotten on
Dude.
like that like we can't post or
Yeah,
tell,
I know.
you know. Like,
But like being able to like have those guys ride them, girls ride them, not saying anybody in particular, but guys and girls ride them, and be able to do that stuff and be able to like show them the world. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have ridden a Stark. And it's
a lot of people probably wouldn't have been able to.
and but think about the exposure that they got from all the different people that you've had ride the bikes. It has been a fuck ton of exposure. I wish that you could like, you had a breakdown, and you should just, you know what you should do is just be like, look, I've had these 10 people, and in their 10 followings, it amounts to 800,000, followers or whatever. Like, you're exposing them to that many people.
Yeah. And it's cool. I genuinely don't even have to do that. Like
But you could.
I could,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Like I know I have like the backing to kind of prove like I've put in the work already. Again, they're so fucking sick. Like they never, there's never a time that I'm like, am I like being appreciated? Like they fully let me know like, hey, you're fucking killing it. We just keep doing what you're
That's
doing.
good.
Like they're fucking awesome to work with. Like I'm like waiting to just like have something crazy happen or
You're like, other shoe drop.
or have them be like, hey, so this has been a big joke. I don't even know. It's so fucking good. And the bike is fucking incredible. Like, essentially, that's all it is just
It's
like
so good.
They just needed somebody like me or whoever else it could have been to just do what I'm doing. Just like be there and put people on the bike.
And just show
that's
people.
all it is. But once you ride the bike, I've said this a countless number of times. Like, I don't give a fuck what your opinion is on the bike right now.
Yeah, you don't. You told me that. You're like, dude, if you don't like it, say you don't like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
like I would love to hear like an opinion that's somewhat negative, just to hear that other opinion. As long as it's genuine, you know what I mean? I would love to hear it, but all you have to do is you can hate electric. You can hate everything about the idea of it. But when you ride this thing, it fully changes it.
I want to ride one, and hopefully I'll get an opportunity. My whole thing is I don't hate electric. I think they're freaking awesome. Like riding that thing right there, I have so much fun riding that thing. My opinion on it is I just don't want to see all of Supercross or racing go all electric.
Yeah.
And that's
it. Because
and
I
that's
like the smell of it. I like the noise of it.
And
that's
like
some of the excitement. That's it.
That's, I think, the biggest like argument with it, right? And I hope I don't lose my job with this, and
you don't have to say it then.
And that's kind of
you've
a joke.
said it
like
before.
I said, they're also like, I've talked to some really high ups in the company that are like, look, this is not meant to replace anything. Like, this is absolutely not meant to replace that bike, or anything, right? This is meant to add to the garage. Like,
yeah,
that's a 450, right?
Yeah.
That bike is fucking amazing for going to Paula right now. Like, Paula's layout right now, that bike's fucking amazing for. That bike's going to be fucking incredible for Kauai on Wednesday. Right?
Yeah.
But if you want to go do wheelies around the neighborhood, you can't ride either one of those.
Nope.
You can ride the Stark, though.
Yeah.
And the Stark's fucking incredible for
But
shit
you could
like
also
that.
ride it there,
But you can also ride it at the track.
Yeah.
And the thing about it that I'm really figuring out is, and again, I'm super spoiled because I essentially have like one of the best 450s out.
Yeah.
And I also have the Stark. But I'm able to ride the Stark in the beginning of the day, and I ride a handbrake version. So my feet are never moving. They're never adjusting. I'm able to ride that bike and get my technique to closer to where I want it to be, right? Like when I ride that, I'm obviously not fucking feathering the clutch everywhere, which I do on my 450 when I get lazy.
Yeah.
I'm not adjusting my feet constantly, which all of us do on a gas bike.
Yep.
Like, you don't even understand how much you're actually moving your feet and how much shit you're doing on a gas bike. You get on a Stark and you're like, all I have to do is fucking stand here, squeeze the bike, and twist the throttle from section to section. Like, it is pretty fucked up how easy it makes it.
Where's the back brake?
Your hand.
Your clutch.
Where the clutch would be?
Yeah.
Is it back brake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So that's the bike I ride. They make a foot brake version, so you have nothing up there.
So I would prefer.
I think I would prefer the foot brakes.
So
That's
I
what
do
most
too.
people say.
I do too, but it's more of because I knew the reason why I would prefer the foot brake is because I knew I would go back and ride my bike, like and I would have the foot brake there.
Yeah.
But we've talked about this before. Is like if I knew I was riding a Stark full time and I wasn't going to go back, if you get used to having that back brake up there and like how you can focus on your technique with your foot placement and all that stuff, you never have to shift your foot or anything. It does make it way easier. There was a couple times where I had the oh shit moments, and you push, and there's just nothing there. That's a little sketchy. The only thing I'll say on the whole opinion on the Starks thing, and if you're listening to this or you're watching this, if you haven't ridden one and you hate on it just to hate on it, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. You can say, oh, I don't know if I'd like it, or I don't know if it would be my thing, or I hate this about it, but I'm still open to riding one. Cool.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation. But there's people out there that like you just say electric and they're like, nope.
It's the thing that like, and I welcome it. It's like, yo, throw as much engagement at my post as you want. But like, I just get you're gay. Fucking like
comments.
How's your vagina feel after riding that bike? Like just and some of them are really fucking funny. Like, that's what I mean. I welcome it. Like, sometimes it really does show me how fucking funny some people are. But it's also like, yo, like, I don't take any of that offensively. Like, I'm riding this brand new bike that is so fucking fun. I'm sorry, there's nothing gay about that.
That's what he said.
There's nothing gay about like having a shit ton of fun on a fucking dirt bike at a track or at a street spot or in your fucking neighborhood or whatever.
You know how badass it would be if like you and I, we're riding together and we're both on one and we could talk shit to each other.
You're yelling to each other.
Like you,
I know. It'd be great.
You're loud.
I yell at him all the time.
All the time.
I just scream at him. You know what I mean? If he could hear me better. I think they're super cool. I think the technology is awesome. I think they're going to be huge. That's my only thing is obviously you don't want Supercross being replaced by all electric. I don't care. I don't want freaking NASCAR being replaced by all electric cars or whatever. You like the sound and the smell. That's it.
I think it would take a lot of I don't think that'll ever happen because like, think about it. The whole fucking
industry,
like, the whole, just in general, like the world, think about what the fuck would happen to California if we all went electric.
Yeah,
like
I know.
that's not going to happen. The power grid can't handle that type of shit. I don't even think it just doesn't make sense. No. You know what I mean? So I don't think you're ever going to lose that. I think that maybe 10 years down the road, you'll start seeing classes specific for them, or there'll be a way to just race them against the other bikes. I don't know. But I think that there's definitely a place for them, and we're definitely going to find that out at X Games because like I said, there's a good chance that Patrick's going to do really well. We have Colby Raha on it.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, he's doing quarter pipe on one.
Yeah. And he's obviously 3 years in a row gold medaled. So
that's the event I look forward to.
Yeah.
Quarter pipe.
Oh, that event's fucking insane nowadays. And then we do have, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but we have a guy riding one in best trick.
You're going to have to tell me off camera.
Yeah. I'll just say it. Pat Bowden. I'll text you and let you know if you need to take it out. But
is the bike all white?
I don't know. I have to take it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Which also, like, I'm not going to get
Don't get too into it. Don't get too into it.
On a bike.
Yeah, no, I was just going to talk a little bit of shit on X Games because it's a real headache trying to get a credential, and we're like,
it's
working
hard
directly with X Games, and they still don't want.
You mean it's hard to get credentials?
Yeah,
I wouldn't know that world.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Fuck that world.
I told him next time I'm going to try see if I can get one.
Yeah,
just change your last name. It might be easier.
Yeah, and that's where, like, I was just telling you, like, I'm just so over that world and that game of like I'm truly just so happy and fortunate doing what I'm doing right now because I don't have to play that game anymore, and I am just so sick of doing that shit.
That's why I'm at the point now where I almost enjoy doing this more than anything else.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, because I
just
control
do what you want.
And I even got to the point where I'm like, dude, you know what? Riders, and you probably went through this. I'm like, I'm so sick and tired to try and get riders on this.
Oh, it's
because like they'll commit and then it's like, oh, like just calling, dude. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, I can't. I'm like,
or I need questions up front.
Yeah. And I'm like, I get it. Like, here's the gist of what I want to talk about. I don't like preparing you completely, but I ain't going to talk to you about anything, shit that you wouldn't want to talk about.
I would always just tell everybody, like, right when they got to my spot, I would tell them, like, hey, look, I run it raw. Like, if there's anything at any point that you don't want in there, let me know and I'll take it out. I'm not trying to fuck you here.
That's what we told Julian Beaumire.
I've had multiple dudes, like Christian Craig's episode. Like, he texted me after and was just like, hey, there's one little part that I like probably shouldn't have said. Just like a deal with money. Like, he just said specifically how much he made through a sponsor. And
he probably shouldn't do that.
I shouldn't say that.
Kitchen did.
And I just took it out for him, and he was like super thankful.
That's the same way we are. If there's something that if you leave here and you're like,
you
don't want out there, cool, we'll clip it.
Yeah, what am I gonna say? Like, no, dude, like, you're on my podcast, it's mine. I can what
we're
the hell?
We're not here to screw anybody over.
And that's what, like, I don't know what. And the same thing, like, I don't really do much of my podcast anymore, just because, for one, I'm so fucking busy.
Yeah.
I don't have, like, I think once I can get to a point where my funds are in a place where I can just pay somebody to edit it and chop it all up for me.
That's where I'm at, dude.
Like, I don't want to do any of that anymore. It's just too much work and it takes too much time. But it's also like, I don't really want to do it until my brand is either at a point that people want to hear from me all the time, which is like, I'm like, my version of that is probably a lot different than others. So, like, it would have to be a lot of people really wanting to hear from me to do it. But it's also like, until I'm at a point where I confidently know I can just hit up the top guys and get them here and they're actually going to show up. Because right now it's like, yeah, I'm just sick of running in circles, getting told like, hey, yeah, I'm down to do it. And then it's like, bro, I get it. You're busy, but just like, don't tell me yet.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
I get it on the in-person thing, but when I like would be like, hey, can I call you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, you just don't like me, you know, like, I mean, or I'm not ready yet. I'm not big enough. Okay, cool. Just tell me that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's also like, these guys act like they're so fucking busy.
I know.
And it's like, yo, you know, this is my sport. I essentially try to do what they are doing. Like I'm a massive fan of the sport, but I'm also like, I try to be realistic, and it's like, yo, why is it that you guys act like you're so fucking busy and so focused that you can't take like interviews and whatnot during the week when you have UFC fighters that
do they go on media tours?
They had like the week before their biggest fucking moments are filled with media obligations.
Every different podcast.
Right. And their managers are telling them like, hey, you've got fucking 5 podcasts this week that you have to be on. Like,
and they do a day of just stacked them, and they just do one back to back to back to back.
They just suck it up and do it, and then they go in there and get punched in the face for 25 minutes. Bro, you guys are fucking big dick, and
I know.
When like, I hate to say it like this, but like, how do you judge it? It's like those guys are going out and making triple what you guys are.
Yeah.
But they make the time for it. So it's like, what?
And
dude, Julian Bormier, when he asked Julian Bormier to come on here,
Julian's sick as fuck.
Yeah, he's cool.
I knew Julian when he was an amateur kid, and like he was just like, I could tell even back then, like he was just down to do whatever.
Yeah,
and I was
super
like,
amazing.
This kid's gonna be super easy to work with, and usually those kids make it farther because the teams are more willing to work with them because they're easy.
I found out that like I may end up trying to get like more mechanics. Like Jade Dungy said he would 100% do it. Austin, I forget his last name, but Austin, he's Vial's mechanic. He's cool as hell, dude. He was like, yeah, I'll come on like whenever you want, like all this stuff. Like I've had a lot of mechanics and like team guys that want to do it, but like the thing that sucks is people that listen to this or watch this, they want to hear from the riders.
For sure.
You know, like when I get the riders in, like I got a bump when I had Brian and Julian in. I got a bump when I had Emig in, obviously. You know, I've had, you know, when Twitch answered the phone, like even just having his name on it bumps it. You know,
people
like
want to hear from those guys.
And so
that's like the part of the point of like a media outlet.
Yes, exactly. And so like that's why it pisses me off is like, dude, I'm trying to help you get your stuff noticed and out there, and like, and if you have a new line or whatever, like you plug the line. I don't care. You know, like do all that stuff. But it's just, it's that fine balance of finding.
I'm too cool.
Yeah, like there are, dude.
I think
you know
it's
that.
a lot of that, and that's what sucks is like,
because I'm not big,
these
dude.
Guys, but these guys think that. But like, you might have 10 fans that, like, just, for example, say you have Tom Vial on.
Yeah,
you might have 10 people that for right now in today's whatever, like in right now's time, they don't fuck with Tom Vial.
Yeah,
or they just don't know about him enough to like be a fan of him. But if you have him on, you might gain 10 people for him that are now fans of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if those 10 people go and buy his merch or like,
or tell 10 people like, hey,
whatever, right? Yeah. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot with math, but that sounds like it
would
like,
check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's something you would want.
I know.
Makes sense.
So
it definitely makes sense. Let me ask you a question. You said that you might go back to doing your podcast when you think people want to hear from you. How do you know now people don't want to hear from you if you're not putting anything out?
That's a good question.
I think they do, and I
enjoyed your stuff.
Thank you. I only say that because like every once in a while I will have just like a random person come up and like, oh, why don't you do the podcast anymore? But I don't know. It's a weird deal because it's like, even when I was doing it and the numbers weren't crazy, I would have a lot of people that were like, oh, I seen your podcast. And it's like, damn, how the fuck did you see it when it says it only got 1,200 views? Like,
I know.
You're one of those 1,200 people? Like, that's crazy. But I don't know. I just think that like with everything I have going right now, it would just have to be like such a demand.
Yeah.
There would have to be like such a demand for it for me to like even be motivated to do it again. I've just lost all motivation for it. Like,
I get it.
To do this was cool because again, like I can come in here and talk my shit.
Yep, and bounce.
And bounce.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's the other reason why I don't do like a full on production because yours is way more. When I went on it, it was way more of a production than this one was. Like you had the multiple cameras, you had to do all the editing, you had to do all like the not hot reels, where it's like
just the clips.
Yeah, like the clips. Like, dude, it sucks. It's hard. It's a long process.
Yeah, and I had like a whole system for like every single episode. I knew that I needed like 4 to 5 postable clips from it.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
And but like it just sitting there and finding those clips. Like I keep meaning to do this where I'll have a like a piece of paper and like write down like, oh, this is a good time or whatever. Cause I don't have time to sit there and watch through 2 hours of it again.
Well, that's what I would do is like when I would go through and edit my full episode, I would just put timestamps at like good relevant parts. So then I'm just like,
that's what I need to start
going
doing.
into the main episode and chopping from like run when the good part starts to like whenever I can end it. And I would just chop that part out, copy and paste it in a new project and just like drag it over.
All right. That's a good question. All right. So I got a few few questions on my Instagram. And so we could kind of go through them kind of fast.
Sweet.
But you've already kind of touched on this a little bit, Ryan. Eric Reynolds, which is kind of funny. This dude years ago bought my Cowie. When I sold my Cowie.
Shout out to
Eric.
Eric.
And like he came around and all of a sudden like him and I were talking. I was like, oh my God. Like I realized like who it was. I'm like, that was super random as hell.
Did you rip him off?
No. And he kept it for a while too. And so I knew it was a good bike. And he called him, which I said, this is rude. Why is Chase Rexton so inconsistent?
Dude, that's a pretty classic name.
It's not bad.
See, like shout out to Eric because that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. But we kind of touched on that a little bit. I don't know.
What do you ask exactly?
Why is he so inconsistent?
I mean, yeah, dude, I don't fucking know.
I don't either, dude.
Like confidence.
It's got to be a confidence thing because again, it's just like how do you go out and show that you can do what you did at Hangtown and then go into the next weekend in 5.6?
I think because when he came from behind, he didn't have anything to lose
or like any expectations almost.
Dude,
when he was in 40th place, the expectations of him winning that race went out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So your confidence probably boosted up and you're able to focus more because you weren't like all that pressure to get that first.
Yeah. Listen, I think Chase is and I like Chase. Chase is a fucking rad kid. But I think he's got a lot of fucking gears going on up here. And if he could fucking pull a couple gears out of there and
it'd be fine.
Yeah.
You know Emil from Monster? Or Emil Foldiger?
Did he used to be a Method guy?
Let me see those.
I don't know, maybe. No, hold on, I'll get to him.
There used to be a guy named Emil at Method. I don't know.
I don't know, he might have been. But he asked, should he switch from his current fuel provider and go to
ETS Racing Fuel?
There you go. ETS Racing Fuel.
Chase?
Yeah, he said
for him himself?
And I said, yes, absolutely you should.
Of course you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to dog anybody out here, but isn't like one of the other main
shout out ETS
fuel companies have some like,
a lot of
serious
problems.
shit going
Contamination?
on? Yeah.
They do. You know what? Who doesn't have contamination?
I'm pretty sure ETS has no contamination.
No contamination.
That's right.
ETS does not. Yeah.
Kyle, and the shit smells super good, and it made my stock 450 run.
Kyle, you owe it. This is now worth $25,000. Last week's was $18,000. This is $25,000. So I actually. Did you open it?
Not yet.
Oh,
I'm trying.
It has all the air pressure.
He's trying to take a little sip out of it.
It's pressurized. So I do want to know your answer to this because you're kind of working. Yeah,
smells good, huh?
You're kind of working in this world.
Oh, it is pressurized.
So Miles_Dammit. Kind of a funny name. He wants to know Saran versus dirt bikes on the tracks. Dude, that ETS, question. Dude. Oh, it smells so good, but it's so strong.
There's that's a crazy, even like what?
Crazy comparison.
No question. Like
oh my gosh, dude.
A Suron is.
I can't believe you opened that.
Dude, I didn't even open. I cracked it.
Oh,
that's how good that shit is.
Yeah.
Fire.
That's why I just started it in my garage with my door closed.
My eyes are burning.
Yeah, I just leave it in my van.
Yeah.
So when I get in when I get in the morning, it's just like,
yeah.
You're like, how did I even get to where I'm at right now?
I don't think there's a comparison.
Nah, like, listen, Surrounds are cool.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ride them on a track. Like, if you put Moto tires on them, like, they just break too easy. Like, that's the thing about a Stark. You can do everything on it that you can on a normal bike.
Yeah.
Like, you can... People are fucking sending it. Colby Raja's going...
Don't say his distance because
I can't wait.
I can't either.
Like, and look at what Patrick does. Like,
I know he's sick.
You can do whatever you want on him, and like you can mob him on a track. I don't go that fast, but I have buddies that fucking rip on him on a track.
Yeah.
So like you could do whatever you want on him. There's no comparison.
Dude, Zay Solace, he rips on a Saran.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be on a Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's badass.
Remember when Laney was in the hospital last time?
Mm-hmm.
Zane's wife took care of Laney.
Zay's did?
Yeah.
Really?
I said Zane, huh? Zane's did, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You want to know a random cool fact is my daughter was delivered by this nurse right here in Marietta or Temecula or whatever, and it was Cooper wife's mother-in-law.
Cooper Webb?
Or
Cooper's wife.
Who's Cooper wife?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, I'm fried
Yeah.
right now. I took
Cooper
a nap.
Webb's wife's mother-in-law?
I took a nap right before I came here.
Yeah.
Cooper Webb's
Mother-in-law.
So his wife's
Oh,
spot.
shit.
That's what I was trying.
That's
That's what
yeah,
my
yeah.
brain was trying to process.
Where is that?
No
Rancho
shit.
Springs?
I think so. Yeah.
That's where my girls were born.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a trip.
That's a great place.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty cool. She was a champ.
So Moody, my boy Moody, he was the one that wanted to know if I was writing a script for Moto because I called Jet. No, I am not anywhere near. There's some guy named...
But there is somebody writing a script, and that's how you know it's all fake.
It is all fake. If you're watching Moto, it's all scripted. It shuts off at 30 minutes. Yeah, it's the same problem I
You
have.
already hit 30 minutes again?
Yeah, bro, we got like 2 hours.
Damn, sorry. It was a lot of it.
Some random dude _Ryan Ritter said, put me in, coach. So you're in.
Did you give him a butt pat
Yeah.
when he said yeah?
I should have. Bam. Should 252 strokes finally be allowed in the 250 class? Short answer, yes,
Yeah,
they
that would
should.
be
I'd be great with
Two
that.
strokes should be allowed to race everywhere, and there should just be 2-stroke races, in my opinion.
And that would be fair. Like, that's not unfair at all. If Stank Dog was to take a 252 stroke out to the, like, out into the 250 class,
Yeah.
he's going to do way better than he does in the 450 class,
Yeah.
but he's not going to fucking smoke everybody. Like, that bike's not going to make that much of a difference.
No, I agree.
And the fans would, I don't know, it'd be way sicker. And Stank Dog's sick as fuck.
It'd be cool.
It'd be so cool to see Stank Dog just go out and like
I know.
rack up a 12th or a 10th. Or
I know,
something.
and
Like,
I
how
met
sick
him.
would that
I
be?
met him at the Cheesecake Factory over by the mall right here,
Nice.
and the dude talked to me for probably 15 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he's such like Stank Dog is one of the realest dudes
yeah.
I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the best dudes in moto.
So Connor Schwartz, he wants to know, with the mid-race injuries like Jets, do we think that riders are taking pain pills like Toradol and stuff like that, like in between? Yes, I think obviously they're taking pain pills. I think what he's trying to insinuate is, are they taking pain pills to like mask injuries, to like ride through them? I think that's a slippery slope. And like, as I read that out loud, I'm like,
Yeah, that's
I don't know if I want to answer that.
this is why this type of stuff is so interesting, because I would like never even think of that.
Right.
Like I would never even.
But in football, in
crazy.
football and baseball and all that stuff, right? Like, especially in
probably a
football,
thing,
you
right?
get hurt, they pump you full of pain meds, and you go back out.
I mean, dude, these dudes are probably just like getting pumped with stem cell in between
Oh yeah.
motos. Or
I just
Stem
don't.
cells.
I don't think.
Probably.
I don't think
like
with
the real shit.
Yeah, I don't think with like pain chemical pills, you can ride
Nah, I
at
don't
that
think
level.
so. No.
With like, I
don't think any of
Toradol-
these dude, most of these fools are scared to put fucking Chick-fil-A in their body.
I
Like,
know.
You think they're
Yeah.
taking
I know.
anything that's fucking with their nah.
I know. And Mike Gomes, he did say that by round 6, Jet will, this is after he crashed and he went down a bunch of points. He said that he would be basically fighting for the points lead again right at about round 6. And we're getting closer to round 6 and he's only 16 down. So
Oh, dude, he's gonna be fighting for it after High Point.
I know, dude.
It's
It's going to be
fucking-
this weekend. It'll probably go 1-1.
Yeah, it's gonna be boring as fuck. He's
I know.
about to go right back to the points lead, and
I know. Smoke everybody.
They should just give everybody off the gate a 30-second head start and then just let Jet chase him down.
Dude, I don't know if that'd be cool.
or
That would be pretty cool.
honestly, listen, this is what I want to happen. I don't want
Would you drop, bro?
anybody to get hurt.
I don't either.
But I would love this little feud between the Lawrence brothers and Jason Anderson to fire up a little bit more. It's really weird because, I mean, I don't have any relationship with the Lawrences, but I'm not cool with Jason either.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Jason come out on top.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really talk about this often, but like me and Jason is such a weird thing because we're not friends, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't like me very much.
You guys used to be friends?
Yeah. I guess you could say that. Now, definitely not a fan of me. I'm still a fan of him though, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Like I still really like him. He's
a badass rider, dude.
But
yeah.
Like I think that whole little thing has a lot of potential for entertainment.
Oh,
like all they need is one more little spark up, and people are like,
right back in,
drawn into being like, what's going to happen between those two?
But the AMA hates him.
Why doesn't that happen? Like I don't know why. That's because also like I would love to. I need to like. You need to get some dudes in here and ask them this shit.
Everybody, they're afraid. Riders are afraid to create controversy, to be themselves, to be any different. And I think it has to do with how it's ran from the top down.
Well, the teams basically tell them they're not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, and it's like okay, so that's my point. Is like you guys are fucking over your own sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys need to realize that not allowing people to be themselves, not talking about certain things is only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's sick as fuck about F1 is they just say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like the team owners are like, fuck that motherfucker. Like it's sick as fuck.
I know.
You know,
that's what I like.
We should have J-Law on the podcast.
Yeah, right. No, he's a whiskey dude. No.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that's sick. He'd probably be down.
Yeah.
Dude,
Maybe.
you should hit him up. He'd be sick.
I might hit him up.
J-Law on here would be...
That would be legendary.
I wouldn't even talk. I just want to listen the whole time.
Yeah.
And if he would be so sick to have on because I do feel like he's somebody that you could ask some really like raw shit and
he'll be actually answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
dude,
I feel like it doesn't matter how many times he's told the stories about just like all the shit back in the day, and I could listen to it.
Again and again.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get like one little piece different than what you've gotten before.
For sure.
Do you see Izzy made a return again to social media?
Yeah.
Randomly. You know Nico Izzy? Drug addict, like all that stuff, went to jail, came back out, was clean, and then all of a sudden disappeared again. And now he's back. Nobody knows. So I'm assuming jail.
Yeah,
but
I think I heard that he went to jail.
I don't know for sure, but when you just disappear off the face of the earth, you know, like probably.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel bad for those dudes because
I do
it's
too.
like,
speaking of the pain pill thing.
Yeah, like those dudes, I don't know. Everybody has control over their own life, right? But those things are fucked up. And when you're hurt and you like are in a lot of pain and you like feel like you gotta turn to something to just take that edge off, that's usually what it ends up being. And they're like made to fucking make you want more, right?
So they get you addicted.
Yeah, I feel bad for dudes like that because he just kind of like, I feel like he just got pulled into that rut and never really got out of it. But, and when he got clean and was riding again, like I've met him a little bit and he seemed like a really cool dude.
Yeah, he was
like,
always, anytime I've been around him too.
Yeah, he seems like he's a good guy. So situations like that, man, like I just hope that he can create the best situation for himself.
Yeah, me too.
I just hope that he, figures it out.
You got anything else?
No. I think we're good.
Monster Kawasaki.
Dude, you need to just have them send you a couple cases, like a fresh box of hats. Like you have them fucking, dude.
That's what I said, my boy Emil.
Get him to
Have you talked to him since?
Yeah, but not about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, your manager's slacking.
Oh, I do. Dude. I do have to. I'll tell you another thing off camera too that I want to get your opinion on. Yeah, because I don't want to throw somebody under the bus. But dude, I want to say,
beep the horn.
No, because you'll understand once I tell you. You'll be like, I probably wouldn't have said it on there too.
Right, I got you.
Is that, and I like when people write me, especially when I say something like that at the end. They're like, "Hey, what were you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, you actually listened to the whole thing."
Yeah, that's a good way to find out.
And but thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you've helped me kind of figure out my way in this industry. That's it's one of those things where it's like you could have been one of the guys that judged me and like been like, nah, fuck this guy. Like, I don't want to know anything about him. Like, screw him. Like, I see him at all the same places. Like, we know the same people. Nah, fuck that. Like, I don't fuck with that guy. And you went complete opposite, and you're truly one of my friends.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And
likewise.
so I just appreciate the support and like giving me the opportunity when you did, you know, and being able to kind of share my story and all that stuff, which people do hit me up. They're like, how come you don't tell your story on your own podcast? I'm like, I don't know. I have imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I do too. I never like.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't deserve any of this shit, dude.
When I did mine, I tried to like talk about myself as least as possible. Yeah. Just because then when I would watch it back and I would like catch myself talking about myself, I would just like cringe.
Yeah.
I didn't start a podcast to talk about myself.
Nope.
I started it to like talk to other people and get their stories. So,
but no, it's sick. I'm happy with this one.
Cool to have you on. Like I said, see you all over social media.
Yeah,
freaking everywhere. Everybody's YouTube videos, everybody's comment section, whatever it is.
I try to stay active.
Underscore Ryan Ritter _.
Yeah, I try.
You know what I mean?
So like, you have to, man. That's like a lot of people. No, I shouldn't say like a lot of people. I once in a while will get asked just like, how the fuck did you figure out how to do this? And it's like
bro, I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out. Like I'm so far from like in a place where I feel like I've made it by any means.
Yeah.
But like my only suggestion to everybody is just be fucking active. Like just try to do shit. And if you get any bit of momentum and you take a break, you're going to lose it.
You're going to have to build that momentum back up.
It doesn't matter if it's Instagram, YouTube, like whatever you're trying to push on. If you take a break, you're getting forgot about. It's just how it works.
But
you're doing good, dude. I love seeing what you're doing.
Thanks.
I always said like this sport needs more people doing this. Like I think a lot of the reason that this sport is still so small and just like not gotten to a point that other sports have is just because the
people control it.
Yeah, the people controlling it and the media and like there's just, you know, there's a lot of things that are lacking, and I'm not a fucking genius in anything, you know. I don't have all the answers, but like there's definitely things that it doesn't take a rocket science.
No. I figured out
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. I figured out that there's a lack of authenticity in the sport, and that doesn't, everybody gets like, I've had a few people that are like, oh, well, you know, are you saying it's not professional? And I'm like, no. I'm like, you're too professional. You're too like, and that doesn't mean that I'm not trying to be professional, but I'm not going to be to the point where I have like a studio production type deal. You don't need to. And it's just like, to me, is like, I can tell there is a severe lack of authenticity in our sport, and a big old veil that goes over everybody's heads. And it's like, we don't do this, we don't do that, we do it this way. It's like, dude, that's not how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you either fuck with it or don't.
I watch so much fucking MMA content, and that sport is just so
raw.
It's so fucking powerful with their media. Like if you're a fan of any fighter, you can go find fucking interviews for days of them.
Yeah.
You can't do that with Moto guys.
No.
And if you do, it's all the same fucking answers.
Yep.
Like it's just all the same shit. And until it's to a point where like there's a whole bunch of like respected media outlets that can go ask these guys this shit that not every single other person is asking them, then it's always going to stay the same.
But you know what pisses me off is like they're friends with these guys where they actually know them, where they could ask them better questions.
For sure, they just
don't.
Yeah,
you know,
and a lot of times that's like a respect thing because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to like put them in a weird position, but it's also like
it's the same stupid questions over and over.
And it's like, yo, how soft really are we? Like, are we really gonna get offended by like somebody asking me some raw shit? Like, are we really gonna get upset over that type of shit? Like, dude, even like. If anybody gets mad at the shit I say, like, dude, I'm sorry, but you're way too soft.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I talk a little shit, but I do it in 100%. Like, I would say it right to you in a non-confrontational type way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Everybody's just fucking so pussy and scared to
do anything.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll end it on this. Okay. McGregor.
Let's end it on this.
McGregor.
Oh.
Or Chandler?
Are they both confirmed fighting? I thought I saw something where like one of them was pulling out.
Yeah, there was a bunch of like the press conference got postponed and whatnot. So there's a bunch of people like, is the fight going to happen or not? I think it'll happen.
It'll happen.
I think
it's too big not to happen.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's a really crazy matchup. I think that Chandler is such a like head down and just aggressive fighter that if Connor is any bit of what he used to be, he's gonna clip him. Yeah. Like Connor's just too good of a boxer to. Yeah. Like if you rush into his space like that, you're getting caught.
Like Aldo.
Yeah, like Aldo, like Eddie Alvarez, like Frankie Edgar, like everybody that tries fighting him like that, they get knocked out. So I don't know.
I'll take McGregor.
I think he's really easy to bet against right now because he hasn't fought in so long, and like I think he's lost his last 4 fights or some shit. But I don't know. This could be. It's gonna be a good fucking fight either way.
It's gonna be probably their biggest pay-per-view sale.
Yeah,
for sure.
That is one thing that I really hope I can figure out how to do one day. Is like I would love to somehow, and the media side of that world's really fucking toxic and like really kind of whack in a lot of ways. But I would love to somehow just
find your way in there,
find my way into that sort of world somehow.
Yeah.
So like Dana, if you're
listening,
if you're somehow hearing this, put me in, coach.
Start in an influencer boxing. Hit up Ariel Hawani.
Dude, you want to know what's crazy is Ariel and I are like from the same town.
Oh no, really? Shit.
Yeah, like
he's cool. I like him.
I really fuck with Ariel, and a lot of people hate on him. So I'm hoping maybe that I can like leave some Instagram comments or something one day. I did recently meet Sean Strickland. That was super cool. That dude's a fucking G. I talked to him for like 30 minutes.
Where?
That dude's for sure authentically himself.
He lives out here.
He lives in Vegas.
No, I thought he's from Corona.
He's from Corona, but he moved to Vegas a few years ago when he like started getting big. But I met him in an off-road race. Sorry, we just keep blabbing on. I met him in an off-road race, talked to him for like 30 minutes. We ended up like ending the conversation. He like grabbed my phone, put his number in it. He was like, dude, I would love to fucking like learn how to jump a dirt bike. I was like, yo, I probably can't teach you, but I got homies that can teach you. And I can put you on a bike. So, like there's a lot of people that are really fucking cool in that world. I met Brendan Schaub, total fuking cunt. He sucks. He sucks a bunch of dick.
He's super whack. What are we talking about? He's a comedian.
Dude, that dude's super whack. I literally, and listen, like, I try not to fanboy over anybody, but when I see somebody in like that type world, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's sick. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go up and be like, yo, what's up, dude? And he just like gave me the
cold shoulder,
the coldest shoulder ever. And literally made me to where I was like, wow, I'm unfollowing you on Instagram.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, I'm that petty. You hit me in the fucking...
Nah, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
You hit me in the gut, Brendan Schaub, so fuck you.
Yeah.
All right.
Joe Rogan can only...
get so many of them.
Get on your side for a little bit.
Yeah, but thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.
Robbie.
Yeah, it was rad, dude.
We have carne asada. If you want to hang out for dinner, you're more than welcome to. But
dude, my chick's probably
blowing you
right
up.
Now,
we got carne
good.
asada burritos waiting for us.
Let's go eat.
Shout out Ruth.
And then I got to leave.
But thank you, like I said, for joining on. This is a good episode, fun episode.
Yeah, come back.
Shout out
anytime.
Shout out Decal Works, my boys over there. AHM Suspension, ETS Racing Fuel. I was going to say the M.
Monster Energy.
Yeah, Monster Energy.
Come on, hook me up. Give me my stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Hit the freaking guy up and give me my stuff.
No.
Dude, they should be giving you stuff already. You're just shouting them out.
I know.
Just wearing the hat, you know what I mean? Like,
no, my boy Jesse. Jesse had Epoxy it. And then Jake Himmel, I want to give a special shout out to him. He helped me build the whole charity bike, dude. Tore it down, built it back up.
Looks real nice.
Like, so Jake Himmel, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it a lot. And all the companies that have been helping me with that bike, I got to take care of them real quick. FMF, Luxon, Works Connection, AHM, which is already part of it. W. Gosh.
Yeah, those wheels are fucking insane.
I know, I love them. Dunlop, dude, they hooked it up on Dunlop stuff. Just everybody, just being part of the program. I can't thank you guys enough. So we'll end it there.
And if you guys got any stuff for a
2024 KX450, hit up Roberto.
Hit this guy's line, dude.
Yeah.
Send him some fucking graphics or something.
We'll shout it out on the podcast.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
Works. They'll put some graphics on there.
Carita's tires. Don't forget to
ETS all day long will always be on my bike.
Yeah.
Somebody get this guy a fucking A kit.
Oh yeah. 8-kit suspension.
Dude, I won't need anything else. That's all I want.
I got you.
That's not
that
true.
with ETS in there, we're solid.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point. That's all you need.
Solid.
All right. Thank you
Let's
guys.
smoke this guy every time.
No, you can't. You wish you could. Thank you guys for listening.
time,
Thank you
dude.
guys for watching. We'll see you next time.